What do you say, everybody? And roll tide. Welcome to Last Call. You know him. That's Jay Coker. I'm Mick Gillespie. Our show's presented by Pearl River Resort right there in Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's the time of year to go over there and watch basketball. Yeah, March Madness is here. They got all the games, 20 big screen TVs, full-size bar, and then obvious, you got the table, you got the kiosk. You can bet on them all legally. Hour and change from Tuscaloosa to around 2 from Birmingham, not far from Jackson, Mississippi, but it's in Philadelphia, Mississippi. We're really glad to be a part of that. Our last show was actually there at Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. All right, we're going to talk Bama quarterbacks, and we're going to talk basketball on the show today. So are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's get it started. All right, if you take the helmet off the guy in the open, it's him. Take I got and I'm the other guy with the short hair.
I got a new thumbnail. I think you saw it last week.
Oh boy. I don't think I saw it.
I think you did.
I don't think I saw this one. I don't know.
You saw it on our chat. That's the new one.
That's old, man. That is so old.
I noticed you still hadn't used it.
No. Why don't you use that and do that to Stephen Pearl? Bama basketball did on Saturday.
That leads me into did you see Bruce Pearl's comments?
Yeah, he said he got him the job on nepotism. Of course you did. I mean, the fact that you called the poor kid out like that, you think it shocked any of us that you waited till the last minute to retire so that your son could get the job? I mean, this is the problem with being in the sports world, because it's not just basketball coaches. Try being a broadcaster. You know, a lot of these guys you're listening to, like Iron Eagles kid, he sounds like he's terrible. And then you just sit there and listen and you're like, your dad's the guy. That's right. That's how you got this job. You know, like you sound like a high school kid or somebody that's been watching a lot of video games when you're calling your games. And then you go through and you realize like it's going to offend a lot of people because there's a lot of nepotism in the world. But nepotism's not good, man. Make them earn it.
Is Joe Buck? Is his dad a famous?
Yeah, well, and you know what? He wasn't good when he started, and he got nepotism. He got to be in the big leagues at 23 or something. Jack Buck's one of the all-time great broadcasters, and he cut his teeth and eventually became really good. But, you know, there shouldn't be where you jump all those people to get the job in the first place. I mean, think about how bad he was at the beginning, you know? I mean, but he's good now. I mean, I got to give him credit. He's a really good broadcaster. I think he got into the Baseball Hall of Fame like his dad, I want to say, this year. So not to say that Bruce Pearl isn't going to be a great coach one day. I think he would have got a job anyway. But it's not fair. You know, it's not fair. Like there's other coaches that have worked their ass off for years that should had an opportunity to get that job.
Yeah. Well,
and Auburn would have been better for it. And he'd have been better for it.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to Joe Buck, but it is, you know, I've seen. Have you seen that video of him walking through the locker room at the MLB All-Star game, and he tries to interview Jeter, and Jeter's just like, Joe, shut up and get out of here. Just like you're like, golly, man. I mean, how is that possible? You know, that the stars can't. You know, I don't know. You have to look at that video.
Is Jeter serious?
Oh, he's serious. I mean, he looks serious to me.
Yeah. Sometimes baseball.
Jeter doesn't seem like a guy that plays around too much. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, has nepotism ever led you to an opportunity?
I mean, you know, to be honest with you, it doesn't bother me all that much. It kind of was one of those things that just is what it is. I mean, you know it's going to happen. But
so you've never gotten a job because of nepotism, is what you're saying?
I've I've never gotten a job because of nepotism. No, I mean, the industry I'm in or the industry I would be in, I mean, I don't. My parents couldn't help me out. I mean, I don't.
Is it sour grapes for us? Because, obviously my dad wasn't doing a whole lot that's going to help me in this career, or, I mean, should we just be like looking at Bruce Pearl's kid and being like, Steven, you deserve that. I mean, I'll say this for Steven. We are on the next round. He's been coming on the channel for a long time. I think it puts the hosts in a tough spot because it's hard to be real critical of a guy that you like as a person. And,
I don't know.
I think Steven's a good guy. I do. I think he's a good dude. That's just
to me, honestly. I mean, I don't know. When you have kids, you'll do anything for your kids. It's hard for me to fault Bruce Pearl. Like it's, I definitely think it's, it's a selfish move for sure. But at the same time, it's like that's my son. I'm going to look out for him and make sure he's taken care of.
Well, the other part of this too is he had like one guy returning, one starter from that Final Four team. So
yeah.
I mean, the other part of it's not like Bruce left him with, "Hey, man, here's everybody's coming back. I'm going to leave at the last minute." I mean, he had a team that was unproven, and look, they beat Florida. They got some pretty good wins, but boy, they took an ass whooping to Alabama on Saturday. Like, I'll tell you where the criticism comes is that the Bama Auburn basketball games over the last, like the Bruce Pearls against the Nate Oates games, have been just brilliant. That was the first time where I looked and I thought one team just doesn't care to be here right now.
Yeah. Auburn kind of winded it down and look, the problem for Bruce, I mean, why would you say that? I mean, I guess you got to appreciate the honesty, but doesn't put your son in a good position, I mean, and that, I mean, I don't care what you say, that the players may respect him and appreciate him, which I'm sure they do, but when things are going south, there's a little doubt that creeps in amongst those players that, hey, he's got the job because he's Bruce's son.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things that Steven's going to have to overcome, but the comments didn't help. That's for sure.
No. Well, here's the tournament bracket right here.
Oh, we got the best draw.
Look at us. We're Friday, 6:00 Central, 7:00 Eastern against the Georgia Ole Miss Texas winner, right? Like, I want to replay Georgia. I know they beat us, but everything fell for them. I think we'll be hungry for that matchup. Arkansas is below us. I want us to play Florida in the finals. I want us to beat Florida and go into the NCAA tournament with that momentum.
Well, who I fear the most, outside of Florida, obviously, was Tennessee and Vanderbilt. And I think, Arkansas, you got Acuff over there, but I don't think they've got dominant big men, and that's where we struggle. Teams that are bigger and have more length than us.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a guard shootout against us in Arkansas, and unless Acuff has the game of his life like he did against us last time we beat him in overtime, I like our odds of winning that game more often than not. So, I mean, look, Georgia or A&M, and then Georgia or Ole Miss or Texas, and then probably Arkansas to get into the championship. You got to like that.
Mm-hmm. Some tough games, but the whole conference is tough. Nate Oates does it again, though. Shout out to our friend Brian Passink. He watched our last show. Him and Chris Stewart, great listen basketball-wise.
Man, I love listening to that basketball broadcast. I like it as much as I like the football broadcast, to be honest with you.
Yeah. You like those two. You don't like everybody on there. You like those two. You're the one that was like, somebody called me and they're like, why is the engineer bringing him in from break?
No. It wasn't me. I'm not educated enough in broadcasting to know.
I was like, man, leave Tom Stipe alone, man. He's just trying to get a little airtime.
That was not me.
That was not me. Okay. I get a lot of calls. I do. Like, oh, I know who it was. It was Meathead. Yes. He did. He's like, what? I'm like, look, man, that's the engineer. Like he's always behind the scenes. Like let him read something and bring those guys back in. Cut the guys some slack. Okay. But that's one of the best basketball broadcasts out there.
Yeah.
It is.
No, well, it's awesome when you got a guy who comes in like Brian, who's played, and then he's got that good of a voice and that much flow, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And passion for it.
Yeah. Other news, have you heard the news about Ryan Williams changing his last name?
Okay, well, let me transition professionally then, if we're going there, because I got to tell everybody that we're brought to you by Patriot Roofing and Builders. 205-919-4494. 205-919-4494 in my great broadcaster voice. That's Patriot Roofing and Builders. Unlimited home builders license. Total home solution. You call and we're going to answer. And that's Will and Justin. They've got you covered. Will and Justin. All you got to do is call. Free inspections. They do roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and full home renovations. That's Patriot Roofing and Building. Take a long look at the screen there. All right. And you want to talk some football. We got football practice underway. We got two new quarterbacks that are going to try to take the helm of this job, which has been occupied by guys that are all in the NFL right now, including one guy that played at Alabama that got a new team to play for, and that's Tua, who's going to the Falcons. But you want to talk about Ryan Williams not being Ryan Williams anymore. What is his new name?
I believe it's Ryan Coleman Williams.
Okay.
Brilliant marketing move. That was my first thought. My first thought was, okay, Ryan's getting a cut of these jersey sales, and there's no better way to make everybody buy a new jersey than changing your last name.
Ryan, do we have to call him Coleman Williams now?
That's going to be tough.
What would yours be if you had to?
The advice that I received, the most professional advice I've ever received, was from Dylan Lee about not as a severe change as changing your last name, but swapping up your signature format every about 6 to 9 months. And that way, you see a signature online or something, you can say it's fake. They got to come buy another signature from you so that you can authenticate it.
I guess if you liked signing autographs, you would do that.
That was pre-NIL too.
Yeah, you have a beautiful signature though.
Yeah, or maybe he said you change it. Maybe he said you change it as soon as you can make money signing stuff.
Do you with your signature? Do you no, let me ask you this. Okay, so if I change, say my name was like my mom's maiden name and my dad's name, I would be Mick Michael Gillespie. Or if I just went by my regular name, I would be Michael Gillespie. Although, as you guys already know, I went to the family reunion and found out that technically I'm not a Michael.
Wait, what is your full real name?
Michael Justin Gillespie.
Okay, I thought you were just telling me it was
my mom's
no.
My mom's maiden name is Michael. But remember, I went to the family reunion, and thanks to Ancestry, I found out that not only is she not a Michael, since I'm her kid, I'm not either. So, so I don't really know what my if I had the hyphenated last name, I guess it would still be Michael Gillespie. Should be what my name was growing up, because I was named after that, which is, as we found out, in 2026 to start the new year, all these years later, it's a farce. Thank you, Ancestry. So what would yours be? What's your mom's maiden name?
Meunier.
Oh God, I love
Jules.
it.
Jules
Was her dad. Jules was her dad.
Yeah.
Jules Monier was her dad. I didn't see. I never put that together. What am I? What's so slow? Let's go, man. That is a cool name. Yeah, I like that. I told you if I have one more kid, I'm gonna name him Jules. Jules. See, like Jules Monier Gillespie. We're all over the place, but it sounds good. One of the best names ever.
Gillespie. That does sound good.
It does. It does. I just see a guy with like big ass flowery butterflied collar, you know, some pimp star glasses with rhinestones around them. A little bit of swag with the walk, maybe a cane.
He had some swagger. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it, man. You know I love it.
There's some legendary stories that float around.
Monier Coker.
Oh yeah,
Monier Coker. That's a good one. I like that. That's cool. Both ends are cool. I like Coker, kind of like a all-American, easy. You know, and especially in this state, right? There's a place called Coker on top of your last name.
Yep. Don't have many ties to Coker, from what I understand.
What's that?
I don't have many ties to Coker, the location.
Oh yeah, but did you ever go there? Like, there's no Gillespie. It's not like I can. There's a Gillespie Street in like Huntsville. There's a Gillespie Street in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Fayetteville, North Carolina, because my dad was an 82nd Airborne. I remember coming in on that street, but they're not spelled the same name. You know, I have an I and they're an E. So that's as close as I've gotten, man. Some tell me if there's a Gillespie with an I streets near you people that are hanging out with us right now. But you got a whole town. Like you got to show up to like the green sign that says Coker and just walk next to it.
Just walk next to
it. Yeah. Oh man, we're pissing everybody off. Pearl's mad at us right now. Tom Stipe's mad at us. The Michaels are mad at us. But not the Moniers, because we've got their back.
That's right.
So I honestly, dude, the best time of year is March Madness, because you got baseball coming, and then there's nothing better than the NCAA tournament. Like, I wish that you and I could go to Pearl River and go there and just bet on all the games. I wanted to do that. Ryan Griffin, who used to work there, the late, great Ryan Griffin, he and I went one year, and we bet on as many games as we can bet on, but it was during COVID, so it was harder to get to the window. You had to social distance. And some guy was winning every bet, and he was betting the unders, like the first day of the tournament. They were all hitting. Like, and by the time we figured out the trend, it was too late, right?
Yeah. At that point, Vegas had smartened up.
They started dropping those lines.
Yeah.
All right. So Ryan Williams is now Ryan Coleman Williams. He's one of only two starters returning on the offense of this team. What are your biggest concerns going into this spring practice time?
Well, anytime you only have two returning starters, the concerns are kind of all over the map, right? I don't think you really have a good feel for how good your quarterback is until you see him in game type situations. You know, when you run a 12-play period in practice, and you know that there's no risk at stake, it's a lot easier to kind of get in the flow and throw good balls. But once you get out on the field, it's a completely different scenario. You got obviously 3-down sequences, and you got to make them work, and you got to be focused, play in and play out. And if you can't run the ball, then you got even more pressure on you. Much of what Ty had to deal with last year. So, I think the quarterback position, while we have a lot of talent there, you're never sold until you see them in game. I think we got two good quarterbacks. Obviously the hype machine is pushing Keelon, but I think both guys are more than capable. Offensive line is probably my biggest concern. Basically a brand new unit. And from what I'm hearing, everybody's really liking that offensive line fit, that offensive line coach. But man, we got a long way to go, and teams can only build so much and mold together so much and practice during the spring and during 2-a-days. But those first 3-4 games are going to be, that's going to be the determining factor in whether we can make a playoff run. As long as we can survive. If we got a really good team, we survive the first 3 games, we'll see what happens. But again, so many questions out there that go unanswered. And the receiving core right now, I've already talked about it before. Lottie Brooks to me is the most consistent piece in that receiver room right now. I think Ryan Williams is probably the most talented, if he can be a little more physical coming off the line. Ryan Williams.
Ryan Coleman Williams.
You're going to do that.
I'm just trying to keep, I'm just trying to do what you do. It's going to be hard to call him Ryan Coleman Williams, but if that's what he wants to be called, we got to honor that.
Yeah. What's his name? Who's his agent? Is it already Jimmy Sexton?
Might as well be, right?
Yeah. Jimmy's sitting in the corner like, let me show you how to make a little more money.
Ryan Coleman Williams.
If Ryan just signed a New Jersey deal, it'd be pretty evident that's what's going on. But no, at the end of the day, so many unanswered questions. I think anybody gives you a real, tries to give you an honest answer. I don't know if you can be, as truthful as possible given what we're working with going into this season. And defensively, it's a lot of similar issues. You lose those guys up front, you lose all those linebackers. I don't care what anybody says. Just the sheer lack of experience is going to be tough to overcome in the first stretch of the season.
Yeah. Well, the offensive line's a big issue going into this camp. I'm excited to see if maybe Ty Haywood, who we thought we were going to have as a recruit, Michigan ended up buying him. Now we got him back. Excited about him. You look at the offensive line, and when you only have one guy returning, you just need some dudes to step up, man. Javion James is another guy. Michael Carroll's your only returner, and I want to see like Jackson Lloyd be somebody. William Sanders, like the guys that didn't transfer out that could have.
Yeah. Really, in all honesty, if you've got the only thing that gets you through, lack of experience, possible lack of talent here and there. It's just all out grit and a bunch of guys being assholes and not caring what the media says. You just go out there and grind every day and just refuse to lose. The mentality, to me, that's the edge that Alabama teams had under Coach Saban. We had 2 returning starters going into my senior year. And, luckily we had an experienced defense that kind of carried us through the beginning of the season. And, we were able to hang in there and survive long enough to where, some games, that Clemson game, the national championship, I don't think we score that many points in the first 3 games of the season against Clemson as we would in the last game of the season.
Right. You built into it.
Yeah, that's right. So, we got new faces all over the map. But the one thing that carried us through on offense was just confidence in each other. We got real close. Everybody was, trusting each other, and everybody. We had a bunch of just assholes on that offense that were physical and tough and unselfish. And that's the foundation for a championship team, the talent and the understanding of your job. That's secondary to me, to the mindset that a team carries as a whole.
Yeah. No. Offensive line, running game, you got to pass the ball. We don't even know who the quarterback's going to be. And I want to get your opinion on some quarterbacks, but I want to tell you guys about Residence Inn by Marriott right there in Ocean City. Our guy Keith has you covered. Back to back to back to back. Coastal style hotel of the year. Look how beautiful that place is. I was just texting my man Storm Davis, who got into the Orioles Hall of Fame. Thank you, Storm. Big football guy, big Alabama fan. World Series champ twice. And he would love this place. Right there on the OC coast, Ocean City, Maryland, by the boardwalk, by Secrets Bar, all the great seafood restaurants. Crawfish time here. They do crabs up in Maryland, so check them out. We appreciate them being part of what we do here on a daily basis. OC Hoyne, that's how they talk up there. Did you hear Storm Davis got into the Orioles Hall of Fame? You know who Storm Davis is?
Oh, yeah.
I just text him this. I just text him, I'm drinking out of this cup now. That's him. This cup. I took that picture like 10 years ago. I just told him I was going to celebrate him getting into the Orioles Hall of Fame.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah, it's funny on my Cubs fans. I do a show with Jody Davis, who just got into the Cubs Hall of Fame. So I don't know. I mean, does this make me old that some of my friends are getting into like the Hall of Fames of their teams?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were old before
that. What a year. Anyway, we got I can't even talk about having a hyphenated last name because I really don't even know what my real last name would be.
Did it take you a little time to get to get over that? Or you just like having an identity crisis when
they were like telling me, and I'm like, they were telling me like it was like this awesome thing, and I'm like, hey, wait a second. I'm talking about my mom. I'm like, wait, that means I'm not a Michael either. Welcome to this party, man. I mean, you guys understand how this works? They're like, oh no, you're always a Michael. No, I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good closure or bad closure or what. I mean,
look, it's like this quarterback battle. We got to figure out who the quarterback really is because I don't know. I have no idea who my grandfather was. But what we do know is that we got Keelon Russell, 5-star super guy, super prospect, and then Austin Mack, who followed these guys from Washington. So it's almost talent against loyalty in this battle.
Let me see. What was Austin Mack coming out of high school?
He was a 3-star, I think. Okay. Might have been 4, but for some reason I think he's a 3-star. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now too. Yeah, I mean, Keelon Russell's going to get every opportunity to be the guy. It just is what it is in these situations.
Was he going to transfer if he doesn't get the job?
I mean, I would think so, to be honest with you.
You went through this. What was it?
Well, I was okay. Looks like Austin Mack was generally a 4-star.
Yeah, I'm looking at this too, but I want to know what he was. Not coming to Alabama, but going to Washington.
Yeah, I think he was a 4-star.
He was? Okay.
Yeah. 73rd player overall nationally.
He didn't look bad when he came in last year. I mean, I guess, man, I don't know. It's a tough one because look, if Russell leaves, you're in big trouble, man. I mean, like that you build programs around those kind of guys, but Mack deserves a really fair shot to win this job.
Yeah, no, he does. He does. I mean, it's just, it's going to be tough with the amount of hype around Keelon Russell to keep him off the field and just his talent overall. I mean, one thing you can pick up on and some of that just cleanup time at the end of games is how talented guys are. And I can't remember what game it was, but when he stepped up in the pocket, ran into traffic, stepped back and hit, I think was it Cole Adams on the sideline for a touchdown?
Could be. I don't remember, but yeah, I know the pass you're talking about.
The ball just, it pops off his hand. Not a ton of guys have that, and he's one that does. But again, Austin Mack's been with these guys since he was a freshman in high school. Ryan Grubb was one of the guys that recruited him out of high school, and so he's got a lot of a big time relationship. And
who makes the call on this?
I think it's it's DeBoer and Ryan Grubb. It's those two together. Ryan Grubb's calling the plays. I'm sure he's probably, I bet he's making 60% of the decision, to be honest with you. Because I think his feedback means more to Kalen DeBoer than anybody from an offensive perspective. And,
right.
If Ryan Grubb's going to be calling the plays, he wants to be calling plays for guys he's most comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I think they kind of agree on who's going to be number one. And then I think, Kalen DeBoer is going to make the final decision, but I think behind the scenes, Ryan Grubb made that. He's the one who announced it last year with Ty Simpson.
But when you look back on it, though, there really wasn't that much of a choice. Ty was he was the guy that won the locker room over. He was the more prepared quarterback. He was making all the passes. That's the kind of quarterback battle you want when, nobody could question why he was the guy they picked. And look at him now. Did you see him making the passes in his combine? He looked great.
Yeah. No, look, this year is going to be way tougher than last year. It's going to be one where, I know Coach Saban he took the stats of every practice for completions, yards, all that, and I think that weighed in his decision. But I think these guys are far more quarterback-specific coaches, and they're going to take into account intangibles far more than they will numbers. So I think there's going to be a lot of debate on who the guy should be. But I also, we've had this conversation on this show I don't know how many times, but the worst thing to me for a team is when the defined leader is questionable,
mm-hmm.
where I think you got to have – and, there's talk over the last 2 years really, and maybe there always is. Maybe I'm – unless you got Bryce Young, who's a second or third year starter. But, you heard rumblings of and it's crazy to me, but, rumblings of benching Jalen Milroe and Kalen DeBoer stood strong and kept him as a starter. I think you got to have, once you name a guy, you got to have that kind of backing in order for the team to reach the goals they want to reach. Because, it's so hard to be a unit when not all the leaders are clearly defined. And you don't even know if the head coach is behind, the starting quarterback. It just makes it kind of tough, and it sends mixed signals, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Shank told me on the Bama tailgate show I did with him that he hoped that this coaching staff didn't wait until there were 3 games in to make a decision. And he said, because we would have been undefeated if they would have just given Jay Coker the job before the season started. Shameless plug, but you can watch that at the Bama tailgate show on YouTube. Hey, Shank, right? Remember him from the last time we got together?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, look, and I don't, I mean that in all scenarios. It's not.
I know what you're saying.
I think that's, football, whatever. Business, if there's not clearly defined leadership, then it's hard to get that ship moving in the right direction. So,
Hey, let me play something for you. I want you to give me your honest opinion on this.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake. You ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
I love that commercial.
I was expecting something insightful there that I was going to really be able to comment on.
Well, you can. I mean, like, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort. You know that we were at Dancing Rabbit Golf Course last time. It's great time to go out and play golf. The Augusta, you can play the Azaleas, the Oaks, two awesome golf courses. My friend TP was like, yeah, dude, I played Taylor Presley, by the way, and he is related to the King. But he said, I played the Oaks. He's like, I want to play the Azaleas. I was like, hey, you'll love it, man. 18 holes. We did the show from the clubhouse. We both got, the two of us got amazing Dancing Rabbit golf polos, both of us. And you weren't even there, but I hooked you up.
Yeah, you hooked me up all right.
Now you got the tournament. But when I watched that commercial, man, I revel in your ability to just as a pitch man. You and Steve Azar.
Yeah. You notice my go-to when I don't know what to do with my hands is the old point.
Yeah, you're a good point. Love you. Like at one point you throw the football and it turns into dice.
Yeah.
The other thing I love about it is like,
really
what's that?
That really happened.
I know. I saw those guys. That guy that they flew in, the magician that came in, and he was like, just showing you how to do that. Like, because you have to have there's a special move that you did with the football that turns into dice.
Oh yeah. It usually works out.
And then you hit and you hit craps with that. Like you won. You know why? It's because you had that drink. You had that looked like an old fashioned, but you didn't even drink it. You guys toasted and put the glasses down.
Yeah, that thing was like 2 weeks old, I'm sure.
I love that place. I can't wait to get back out there again. Appreciate them for being a part of what we do here. Seriously. That commercials, every time I watch it, I like it more.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's a whole minute of you and Steve Azar. Me till Monday. All right. Any final thoughts on this one?
No, I think we're good. It sounds like NIL and really the collegiate landscape's about to change, though. Seems as if there's going to be some government action on this.
You think so?
Yeah, I know Urban Meyer he was on Capitol Hill the other day talking about.
Well, so was Coach Saban.
Yeah, Coach Saban was too. Just talking about how the collectives are the main issue, which that to me is, and I mean you've said it before, that's where the cheating comes into play, right? I mean you put a cap on the rev share, and that's great and all, but as long as the collectives are around, they're still going to be able to supplement that and pay guys however they need to be paid. So, again, you take the collectives out, and I mean, the smaller schools are going to get killed, but I don't mind that.
I hear you. I know. I know. I've said my piece on this, but we'll see what they do. You know, it's not like it's not like the government doesn't have some other bigger fish to fry right now. I mean, look, I appreciate all the help that they're going to give us with college football, but you know, there's a few other things out there that right now.
Hey, I was thinking the same thing. Like, hey, I mean, I'm not a fan of the way this is going, but let's make sure make sure we make the main thing the main thing.
Yeah, right. Like, President, we've got an issue over here in Iran. If you want to check that out. No, I'm doing college football right now. Tell them to hold off on those bombing rates. What were you saying, Coach Saban?
I'm not going to let this ruin my Saturday.
Oh my goodness. We'll see what they do. I'm not holding my breath. That's just at this point. I'm not. You know, what are you going to do about it, right? That's the big question. But anyway, look, I think another good show. I think we were honest on this show. We told it like we saw it, and we got to do another one later this week. So we don't want to burn out everything that we got.
Yep. Let's do it. Maybe wait till when does the tournament start? Is it Wednesday, the first games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's watch Auburn. Let's watch Auburn in the tournament because nothing's honestly, and this is terrible to say, but nothing feels better than watching Auburn sink. You know, it's just like
I was having fun watching that game Saturday, you know, and you pour on the points early and you know it's over.
Oh, it was great.
You just chill out.
But watching Nepotism Pearl over there with his suit on. It's just like, they want me to wear a suit, I'm going to wear it. And you're down like 30. It's just like bombs away, like everything's falling through the hoop. And that suit's getting tighter and tighter.
The worst part was there's a clip of Stephen Pearl walking up to Nate Oates, and Nate Oates is like, he was nitpicking his suit, like, man, look at me all the time. You know, I got a new suit every game.
Yeah, right.
He's sitting there.
Look at the plaid, my friend, my young friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be. I'm not being mean. I'm really if Auburn makes a run in the tournament, he gets in. You know, it could be the start of a great career. But if they play like they did against us and they lose in the first round, you know, John Cohen has a tough decision to make. I mean, are you going to stick this out for another year? You already have a football program that hadn't won crap in a long time. And Auburn basketball, to me, I mean, they've really turned it into a legitimate basketball program because of their fans. They sell out their arena. They're enthusiastic. They're not going to accept having the coach's son be their coach if he can't win games, right? It doesn't matter who it is. Now, if he won, everybody'd be fine with that. And it's not even, like I said before, is it technically fair? I mean, you know, you don't have the team that went to the Final Four last year, but when you talk about like a big time program like Auburn's turned themselves into, you know, getting to the Final Four and being super competitive.
Yeah.
A lot of this
twice in Bruce Pearl's tenure.
Yeah, right. Like a lot of it comes down to who your coach is. You're gonna recruit off your coach, and I don't know. It just feels like after watching that Alabama game, like the team might have, you know, they might be cashed out for the year. So they need to come back and play good. So that'll give us something to watch on Wednesday. And, you know,
that's why, honestly, I mean, you know, Stephen Pearl, he's got pretty much a new roster, and he's got to have time to implement his culture. Even though he's Bruce Pearl's son, I mean, they got their own. They're going to have different ways of doing things. You know.
Yeah. It doesn't help when your dad calls you out.
If things don't turn around quickly, he's got more pressure on him than any normal hire. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys tell us what you think. Get in the comment section. Be a part of it. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the next round. Auburn fans I'm going to tell you right now, you think we're critical. Auburn fans are more critical than we are. Because I think the Auburn fans are like, they're just pissed that that's the way that it worked out.
Well, yeah. I mean, wouldn't you be critical if your football team tanked and has not been good since 2018, something like that?
If it was like Coach Saban's son like quit the car dealership, and he was like, coaching football. All right, I'll end it on that. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, complain. I don't know. Just do whatever. But we'll talk to you later this week. But I'm going to play something that'll make all you guys happy.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.